Hey everybody, welcome to Drive Through Review 183. Today we're going to talk about Walking Dead, the card game. This is a game that's actually mechanically based on 6 Nimmt or Slide 5. A very, very simple card game. And I think viewers of my video series here maybe would go, what? Why would you be interested in reviewing this? Well, Slide 5 and 6 Nimmt basically are very, very brainless games, and I usually don't like games that have almost no strategic thought at all in them. And really this game doesn't have any of that. Maybe a tiny bit you could argue, but really it doesn't. I've had tremendous pleasure though playing Slide 5 and 6 Nimmt, and basically just playing it and then talking about something else. So talking about football or basketball or wives or kids or what we saw on TV the other day. So the game itself basically serves just a little bit of brain food for you to do, and then maybe some cool conversations arise out of it. Now this is a little bit different because it's got your basic 6 Nimmt card play, which I'll show you, and then it's got another variant on top of that with these so-called hero cards. So let me go ahead and jump in and explain how the two variations work, and then I'll give you another variant that's not in this particular box, but it's perfectly legitimate to play with. I actually don't like this variant, but I'll mention it because a lot of people do like it. So let me show you how it works and tell you a little bit more about it. So the game comes with this giant stack of cards here. This is basically numbered 1 through 104. And then on the cards you're going to have these certain number of bullets. And depending on which variant you're going to play, you either want to collect lots of bullets or you want to collect the least amount of bullets. And the game also comes with these hero cards, and these are used in the variant, which I'll explain a little bit later, but I'll set these aside for now. So you're going to deal out 4 of these zombie guys here to basically make 4 rows of cards. And then you're going to deal each player 10 cards, and then you're going to play a round. Now you can play basically one round and see whoever wins, or you can play multiple rounds and then sort of add up your points and then see who wins at that point. So each game or round is going to consist of 10 card plays. Basically each player is going to take a card out of their hand, put it face down. Everybody's going to reveal the cards, and then whoever has the lowest numbered card is going to have to play first. So let's say we're playing a 4-player game and these were the cards that were revealed. You're going to take a look at the lowest card that was revealed and then find a spot for it on these rows here. Now the spot that it's going to go in is you're going to look for any cards that it's higher than but that it's closest to. So we look at these 4 cards here. It's the only card it's higher than is the 36, so we're going to put it there. If there's another card here that was higher than a 36 but still under 56, then it would go there instead. So let's look at the next card. Next highest is 85. Now the card that it's higher than but it closest to is the 65, and then we'll do the 96, so that's actually going to be the 85, and then the 101. And then we're going to do 4 more cards, and we'll see that these are revealed here. So the lowest card here is a 20. So when you reveal a card that's lower than everything else that it would be legally placed here, then this person is going to choose one of the rows and then collect those. So they're going to choose this one, and the reason they'll choose this one is because this one only has 1 bullet. So in this traditional scenario here, you're trying to get the least amount of bullets. So they're going to take this, put this face down in front of them, and this is going to add to their points, which you don't want in this case. And then the next cards we'll see, we've got a 32, so that'll go above the 20. That's the lowest card that it is higher than. And then we've got the 46 here, that'll go to the 32. And then the 95 will go above the 59 because that is the card that it is above that it's closest to. So let's look at the next hand here. So the lowest card here is a 47. That's going to go right above the 46 there. Then we've got the 94. And so that's going to go above the 56 here because it's lower than the 95, so we can't put it there. So the next closest card that it's higher than is the 56. And then we've got a situation here. We've got a 102 and a 104. So the 102 is going to go here, and then the 104 would go here, but none of these rows can have more than 5 cards in them. So if you were to place a card that had to go here to make a 6th card, you're going to have to kill off this row here, and you're going to collect all of these, and you get all of these nasty bullets, which you don't want. So that's going to go here, and that is going to start off the next row. So basically just do that. You just play, your whole hand of cards, all 10 cards, and then whoever has the least amount of bullets is going to be the winner, or you can keep track of the number of bullets, over several rounds. The rules say to play 3 rounds, and then whoever has the least most wins. Now let's talk about the hero mode with these hero cards. The first mode that I talked about is the traditional mode. That's called survival mode in this particular game. Now in the hero mode, everybody's going to choose to get one of these heroes, and everybody will fight not to pick Andrea. And then you're going to deal out 4 cards again, in making 4 rows like so. And then instead of 10 cards, everybody's going to get 15 cards. And then in addition to the 15 cards you get in your hand, everybody gets one of these to make a total of 16 cards. And then in this case, you're actually trying to collect the most bullets. So it's basically the same with a couple of slight variations, but you want to collect bullets in this case. So in this game, you can either play 1 or 2 cards face down. Now, it could be 2 walkers, 2 zombie cards, or you could play your hero with a walker card. So the same rules are going to happen. So if you have, the next highest card, of one that's lower than it, then you're going to place it there. And if you play 2, and then you're going to play both of them. So there's a little bit of strategy there as far as, trying to maybe, double up 2 cards in a row to take a nice, a row of cards with bullets. Or you can play a walker with a hero card. When you do that, you're going to discard your hero card for its use, and all the hero cards do the same thing, and they let you place this card first, no matter what other cards may have been played. Now, if more than one person plays a hero, then whoever, you look at the lowest card of all the heroes played, and then you place that first as well. And then again, you're trying to collect the most bullets. Now, the only thing that's different here, other than the additional of the hero cards and the possibility of playing 1 or 2 cards, is that if you play a card that's lower than everything, so let's say we had it like this here, and then somebody played this 1 here. Now, instead of choosing, the row with the least number of bullets and then taking that, you'd actually play this on the highest card. So in this case, it would be an 83. So in this one, it kind of like wraps around and then keeps going. So that's kind of a little interesting twist as well. So you could basically have 2 variants. You have your traditional 6 Nimmt, and you've got this sort of hero mode. Now, the only other thing that you can do as a variant, and this I've seen this in a variant in some of the packages of Slide 5, is you can count out the number of players, and then you're going to basically take out all the cards that are extraneous. So if you're playing a 4-player game, you'll take out all the cards except 1 through 44, and then that way you can sort of better predict what cards have been used up and where you may or may not get screwed, into taking a row, or, maybe you could do the similar variant with the hero variant to be able to, have a little bit more strategic knowledge of which cards to choose. I actually don't like to play it that way, because then it becomes very predictable and methodical, and it basically removes any of this sort of excitement in the game. Because when you're playing with less than 10 players, which this plays up to 10, but then if you have, let's say 4 players and you have all of these cards, then you can kind of gamble a little bit and try to, squeeze in a card that maybe isn't so nice and try to, get it in there and then screw somebody else into, taking a row. So there's just, there's a little bit of more excitement if you just use the whole deck. On the other hand, I've played hands where I basically take my 10 cards, set them in a stack, and then randomly play them. And sometimes I've actually done pretty well playing that way. Okay, hope you enjoyed that quick overview. As you can see, there's not a whole lot to this game. The one major complaint that I have is if you look at the art on the cards here, boy, they all look the same, don't they? So that's sort of a complaint. I kind of get why they did it, just so you can see the ones that are worth, 1 bullet are, all look the same. You can easily identify them, and, tell them apart from the ones with more bullets. But it's just still kind of boring to look at. It's not really that exciting. The hero cards are fine. But other than that, sort of, I don't know, it's a little bit neglectful of the license, I would say. But, like I said, I heard about this game coming out, and then I got rid of my old beat-up Slide 5 copy, and then got this because it's got the hero variant. So, again, this is a brainless lunchtime filler. And just, that's all it really is. And I enjoy it for that, just because if I don't feel like thinking too much and my brain is fried from work or whatever, then I can play this, and then we can just have a good time having a conversation. Okay, thanks.